You're listening to UCW Radio.
In your face.
What we got here is a failure to communicate.
Oh, have I got your attention now?
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
You know what I mean?
Money to be made in a place like this.
Money never sleeps, pal.
You're crazy. Don't run when you lose. Don't whine when it hurts.
You know what it takes to sell real estate?
It takes brass.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
All right, welcome to Money Never Sleeps. It's the show where we talk about anything and everything that impacts the flow of money from around the corner to around the world. We've been touching on a lot of different topics over the past few weeks, and this week it's been all about Facebook, social media. Mark Zuckerberg was grilled on Capitol Hill for 2 grueling days, and it's interesting that as I was watching this, it just proved something to me, that politicians have no clue what's going on in technology. They weren't asking the right questions. First day, it was ridiculous. They weren't asking the right questions. Second day, you had a couple of officials that actually asked some decent questions and put Facebook on the spot. And one of the questions, which I found interesting, was they asked if Facebook would change their business model. Now, that is like napalm, okay, because Facebook's business model is advertising, period, the end. Same as Google, and same as any other social media. Advertising is what pays the bills. Advertising is what allows users to use the network for free. That's what it's about. It allowed Facebook to grow. I believe they did $40 billion last year, and 98% of that came from advertising. So them changing their business model. I mean, if they were on any type of investor call, again, that the answer that Zuckerberg gave was he wasn't sure what they were talking about. Reality is, what they're talking about. They want to know if you're going to eliminate the advertising or eliminate or change things in how you gather information and how you work your business. And do I think that was a fair question? I mean, it's a question. Did he give a right answer? Well, I think he dodged it, because he doesn't want to say that yes, or he doesn't want to say no. It's better to say nothing, at this point. Until you figure it out. But, the reality is if they change their business model, Facebook, the value in Facebook is not going to be what it is today. If 98% of their revenue is coming straight from advertising, they start changing that up, those numbers are going to fall. And plus they've added so many different people on staff to deal with privacy issues, security issues, to deal with, fake post and news and all this other nonsense that they've been dealing with. I'm not saying it's the fault of him or of Facebook. You have a platform and you have a lot. You're reaching billions and billions of people. You have billions and billions of posts that go on every day. So how do you monitor it with 20,000 people? It's a little tough. Unless you have the community involved. And that's the whole thing with social media is community. If you have the community involved, it just makes policing it a lot better. But I don't think, I think that Mark Zuckerberg, just the culture of Facebook is standoffish. Okay, we offer you this, but, leave us alone type of deal. There's no interaction. Where you have other social media, you have people that they interact, like Twitter. You have interaction there. You have things going on, which is different. But look, what Facebook does, they monetize their users, and this is what they've been doing since day one. Even prior to them having advertising on there, they were working on a business model to make it work, to make money, so that they can offer this service for free and grow it. And look, I think that they have greater aspirations than just being a social media company. Some people say it's a media company, some people say it's a technology company. Does it evolve? Yeah, it's going to evolve. Did Sheryl Sandberg talk about a paid model? Yeah. Look, YouTube is already doing it. You have other Google. You have them doing it as well. So does that mean that they can't do it? No. They can have a free service and a paid service. Free service, you're going to get advertised to. Paid service, you don't get any advertising. What's it going to cost, $1 a month? They have, 2 billion users on there. If you have, even a quarter of that, taking a paid model, that's still 500 million a month. Not too shabby. And then you have your advertising. So I think that actually works better for them. That works better for the investors, works better for the company. I think they'll make more money. But look, this has all been about a privacy issue, a security issue, protecting your users. And I'm a big advocate for that, even, with our company, MegaHoot. That's what we do. It's about protecting the users, protecting the clients, protecting the customers, protecting whoever is using our system, our network. We don't want anyone's information getting out there. We don't have an advertising business model. We have different products that we utilize, and that's how the company's growing. So it's a little different. But again, your business model is your business model. At this point, Facebook's not going to change it. They can just modify it a little bit to have a free and paid model, in my opinion. On the topic of privacy and security, look, you have Amazon. They have Alexa, right? And Alexa, the way it is, it's on all the time. They're hearing your conversation 24/7 if you have it on. Apple HomePod, it's the same thing. But I believe that they even pulled back the orders on Apple HomePod. I think Tim Cook announced that. Then you have Google Home / Nest, that type of deal. Same thing as Amazon Alexa. They're listening, they're monitoring. And if you think for a second that video, audio, that there's no technology out there that can go and decipher that and turn that into text and come up with some sort of algorithms and come up with some sort of database for that to go market to you, you're out of your mind. What's the purpose in doing it? You think, with Amazon, you think they're doing it because, hey, let's go do this and help the people? No, it's about let's do it and help build the company. Jeff Bezos, he's a capitalist. He may be a liberal, but he's a capitalist. It's all about the money, building, growing. And, so the only advice I can give to people that use these services is be aware, be vigilant, understand what's going on, and protect yourself as much as possible. Just bear in mind, if you're using an application for free, just make sure if they have advertising on it, see what your rights are. Granted, again, on Capitol Hill, you had a lot of congressmen, senators. They were talking about the way everything's written in their terms of service. Look, it has to be written like that. It has to be legal jargon. Are you kidding me? They have to protect themselves. They're not going to go say, hey, we do this and we do that and don't do this. They're not going to put it in plain English because then that leaves them vulnerable for a lawsuit. And if you think for a second they wouldn't get sued, they would get sued in a heartbeat because you have those type of people out there that want to cause issues where there are no issues. Trust me, they exist. So, again, there are a lot of things with them that I'm sure that maybe the average Joe really doesn't understand. And the only thing you need to understand is if you're using something for free and you're getting advertised to, that your information is being used. Okay, and are they selling it? I wouldn't say selling it. I'd say more like they're leasing it out. Okay, so you're on lease. Your virtual self is on lease. All right, so but just be aware of that with any social media, whether it be Gmail, whatever you're using. Just be aware of that because that's the way it is. But I know just one thing with Facebook's WhatsApp. I know that's encrypted. It's an encrypted system, so I don't think that they can see what you're doing there. Unlike Messenger, which they can see everything you're doing and they utilize that to advertise to you, or have the advertisers utilize that data, I believe they have 29 points of data per person, something along those lines. So just be aware of that. All right, I want to move on to cryptocurrencies. There's been a lot of chatter out there in regards to, the value of Bitcoin and the value of other cryptocurrencies. Look, Bitcoin, I said this, and I'll continue to say this. There's a legacy value there. It was the first. It's a grandmother of them all, and their distribution gives it value. They're widely accepted in more places than any other cryptocurrency out there. So there is a value. It'll never go. I mean, people say it's going to go to zero. Well, it'll never go to zero. There'll always be intrinsic value there because the actual community sees that value. But then you have other cryptos. You have to look at the value. Like Ripple. Okay, that has value. I actually like the company. I like what they're doing. They made a deal with MoneyGram, and MoneyGram just made a deal with Walmart. So Ripple, their business model for the company itself, it's interesting. I see a lot of growth with it. As far as the coins, look, they're not their business is the coin. Their business is not there to support the coin per se. The coins utilized for transactional purposes within their network, and people see a perceived value, so they trade it, and that's the way it is. But always look for that value when you're looking at any crypto. Make sure that there's something there that could lead to some growth, whatever it may be. And just to roll into something else, which I have to speak about here. Technology company Megahoot is now, this was announced not too long ago, is now handling all the future development and maintenance of Pico Novus. And because of this, I can give you greater insight, give the listeners great insight into the progress and news, but I have to refrain from giving my opinion on it. And there's a big reason for that. Okay? I have been a great believer in the model behind Pico Novus, and now with Megahoot behind the future development, I know it will have added security, ease of use, and just greater reach over time. The coin itself, I'm very confident that it'll start being listed on various exchanges, so there'll be some type of liquidity out there at some point. Everything's a work in progress. Megahoot just came to the mix with managing this a couple of weeks ago. So, if you're a holder of Pico Novus, you have to give it time. And the value is there. You have the Pico Novus Asset Fund, which is holding all the assets for the coin. And there's a lot more that will be going on with it that I really can't talk about right now, but when I can, I will. For full disclosure, I am CEO of Megahoot, and we fought hard to take on this project because, look, as I said, I'm a great believer in the model behind this coin. You look at all the other cryptos. You have a lot of cryptos out there that are based on what? Nothing. They create distribution, and that's what they do. You have some coins that are based, they have asset backed and so on and so forth, but you have to you have to look at what's there and what the potential is for it. What's the use? Pico Novus, you have a lot of use with business, and that's primarily what it was created for business, import, export, because you have the escrow feature there, and you have a lot of other features that allow you to work things out a lot safer, dealing with stuff internationally, and even nationally. It doesn't much matter. But the use for individuals, you can utilize it too. If you're going and you have some commerce going on, and you're selling something online, and you want to, people want to make sure that you're gonna pay for it, right? You can go and you can use the coins, put them in escrow, hold them there, and finalize the transaction and release escrow. Simple as that. And there's zero coin-based fees. So you're basically making these transactions happen with no cost to you, which is pretty cool. But what we did Megahoot, we invested 20% of our company into the Pico Novus Asset Fund in order to secure our company and being the lead in the future development of Pico Novus. And to me, that was key. That was key, because, again, we believe in it. We want to see it succeed greatly and have the value being greater than what we see right now. We see the value being greater and the functionality and just basically what it's for. And I actually want to do, because I know more things are being developed for the network, and I want to go and probably have a separate show to go over that stuff with you guys so that you can get a better understanding. Because I do get people asking me, they want to know more about it. What is it about? What does it do? What doesn't it do? So on and so forth. Can I go and sell coins today? So on and so forth. I'll go over that stuff so that you can get, again, a better feel. But keep in mind that Pico Novus is basically in growth mode, if you want to call it that. And there are a lot of things that are happening with it. The development and everything transpired. Granted, the price surge is not something that anyone can control. It's a supply and demand and a value play, and that's what it comes down to. Okay, you don't have a ton in circulation. You have a demand for it. Supply and demand, value, so on and so forth, will have an impact on the upward rise of anything. I don't care if it's a coin, stock, if it's a painting, people want it. They create the value. Okay, so I'll be talking a lot about this and about the functionality and other news that may be associated with the coin. But again, and I need to stress this, I will be refraining from giving my opinion on the growth of Pico Novus. Anything that I do tell you guys in regards to the growth, it'll be based on news and me just expanding on that news item so you can get a better idea of what's going on. So, moving forward, just to close out on Pico Novus, there was news that came out on April 2nd. And a digital asset dividend distribution was announced. Okay, and this is unique in nature. Normally when you're dealing with cryptocurrencies, you hear about it all the time. You happen with Bitcoin and other cryptos, I believe Litecoin. They have these hard forks. They go and they fork it off, and then you have another blockchain. Okay, that's all well and good. But like with Bitcoin, they did a hard fork, but now, what's the value? What's behind it? All it is the distribution. Litecoin, same thing. What is it? It's a distribution. There's nothing behind it. The guy that created it kind of bailed on it, got out of his position, right? So what's there? I don't know. But, in this case, there was a decision made to issue a digital asset dividend distribution, a DADD. Okay, and basically that was declared, and it's to all Pico Novus coin holders, and it's payable on June 17th. So what that means is that all coin holders of record as of June 15th, 2018, at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they're entitled to the DAD. Okay, and it's going to be, and this is where it gets interesting, and this is where a lot of value add comes into play, that the DAD that's going to be issued is going to be in form of Megahoot coins. Now, Megahoot made an announcement not too long ago that it was issuing its own digital asset, which it did. And the digital asset is interesting, and there's a heavy value with that, because Megahoot itself is a technology company. It's involved in cybersecurity, involved in secure messaging, and a few other items, and there are a lot of other things that the company's involved in, smart homes, so on and so forth, and I'll go over that in a second. But The maximum supply of the Megahoot coins is 10 million. That's it. The total circulating supply is 5 million. That's it. Okay, and the purpose of the Megahoot coins are twofold. First, it's use, and that's big. And second, it's the intrinsic value. The intrinsic value, and you need to jot this down. The intrinsic value is based on the actual growth and expansion of the company's products and services. That's big. The use of Megahoot coins is to facilitate transactions relating to Megahoot's products and services within the Megahoot ecosystem. Some of these products, you have Megahoot Enterprise, which are enterprise-level private collaboration networks that are created for companies worldwide. Okay, Megahoot Blockchain, again, that offers an enterprise-level blockchain creation globally to companies, organizations that are looking for that, and that's a paid service. Megahoot Smart Technology, which I love, and that offers customized smart technology for new residential and commercial builds. That's smart homes, smart buildings, things of that nature, adhering to smart city initiatives that are happening all over the world. So that's part of what Megahoot is involved with. And one thing that Megahoot is going to dive into, or actually that's been diving into, but no announcement's going to be made yet. But it's Megahoot Gaming, and Megahoot's going to offer online video games with in-game purchases of skins, etc., etc. So there is both use and intrinsic value. Okay, and now, and this is where it's good for Pico Novus coin holders, is that for every coin, I think for every coin, or every 2 coins that a Pico Novus coin holder has, they're going to get 1 Megahoot coin. Okay? And that was the news, and that's what's happening. And I'm trying to put this as plainly as possible so you as any coin holders, Pico coin holders, can really understand. Megahoot coins are separate, different than Pico Novus. They're 2 different coins. But Megahoot, the coins, they never did an initial coin offering ICO. That wasn't even in the thought process at all. It was a direct launch. Okay, and the beauty of that, it allowed Megahoot to go and create the scenario that Pico Novus can issue this digital asset dividend distribution, which is a big plus for Pico Novus coin holders. Okay, because the value for Megahoot is just going to continue to grow. It's a company, and it's going to continue to grow and grow and grow, and it's a true growth play. And I'll be able to talk more about it, and share information that I can publicly with you guys as we move along. But there are a lot of great things going on with that. Again, there are a lot of different divisions of the company that are in true growth mode, and we have something that is going to be for the general public in the near future that's going to allow anyone to go in and utilize a messaging system that we're going to have that's, super, super, super private, super encrypted, and basically you go on the system, you're safe, your information is not at risk, your data is protected. We protect our members. I don't like using the name users. We protect our members, because if you're using, you're part of using anything on the Megahoot network, you're a member. Okay, so you become a member of this community, and we protect the community, and that's the way it should be in social media, any technology, and in life itself. Cities, communities got to protect themselves, and that's what we try to do, create that environment within our ecosystem, within our network. And again, I'll be talking more about this as we move along. You can find out more information on megahoot.net, find out more about what's going on with the coins. If you want to learn about the company, you can go to megahoot.com, find out what's going on with the company. And there'll be further news that'll be put out as the dividend distribution date comes up, so that you're aware. So I would go and definitely, put an alert on your Google News or something like that, so you're aware. Because I will be talking about it on the show, so that'll help. But if you miss the show, just look out for the news and just keep on top of everything. And I'm very excited about this because it allows, like with Megahoot itself, we're involved in so many different areas, and everything is revolved around privacy and security. Privacy and security, whether it be smart homes, whether it be gaming, whatever it may be. Okay, and because our business model doesn't revolve around advertising. Okay, it changes things because it allows us to even get more private and protect our members even more. Because we're not going and allowing mining of information on our network. No way, never, ever, ever. Not allowing, apps to kind of layer on top so that they can go and mine for information, your information. That's not going to happen on my watch. Okay, so we're looking to protect our members as much as possible. Okay, so, but as I said, I think we're going to have a dedicated show talking more about the functionality of Pico Novus and even of the Megahoot coins, that wallet, so you can learn more about that because that has different functionality. Again, it's a different platform, different everything. And just in closing, I get the question, a lot. And I answered. I said something about it earlier. I'm going to say it now. People ask, about them being able to sell their coins at some point. Yeah, you'll be able to when the coins are listed on exchanges, and they will be. I'm very confident with that because again, Megahoot just came into the picture. Give us time. Let us do what we need to do to make things more secure, make them stronger, and I have full faith that we're going to be on a number of exchanges. The number of exchanges are going to hold. They're going to showcase the coin, hold the coin there, and then you guys, if you need to do it, if you have a need, then that's going to be at your discretion. But I will say that there are a lot of things going on with Pico Novus that's going to add to their growth, to the growth of that fund, to the growth of the coin itself. Okay? And I can't go any deeper into that, and I apologize, but now legally I can only say so much, so I'm biting my tongue. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic trading day. If you're trading stocks, if you're trading crypto, good luck to you. Other than that, I'll be back with you next week with another episode of Money Never Sleeps. And until then, you have yourself a fantastic week. Thanks for tuning in.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.
All opinions expressed by Luis Velazquez on the Money Never Sleeps radio show and its website are solely his opinions and do not reflect the opinions of the UCW radio show or their parent company or affiliates, and may have been previously disseminated by him on television, radio, internet, or another medium. You should not treat any opinion expressed by him as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only as an expression of his opinion. His opinions are based upon information he considers to be reliable, but neither the UCW radio show nor its affiliates, parent companies, and or subsidiaries warrant its completeness or accuracy, and it should not be relied upon as such. The UCW radio show, Luis Velazquez, its affiliates, parent companies, and or subsidiaries are not under any obligation to update or correct any information provided on the radio show or on the website. His statements and opinions are subject to change without notice. No part of his compensation from the UCW radio show is related to the specific opinions he expresses. Please read the full disclaimer on MoneyNeverSleepsRadio.com.